What's up, everybody? This is Whiskey in the Six. I'm Rob. I'm reviewing the Laphroaig 18-year-old. This one's a beauty. All right. Likely bottled in 2011 or 2012, possibly 2010. Not 100% sure. There is a laser at the side here, but it doesn't really indicate anything, I don't think. What I do know is this is an older tin. They've switched it to white before they've discontinued the 18. Bottled at 48%. I got two of these. One is bunkered, and I got them at retail in Alberta from a good friend, Josh, also known as Know Your Whisky, and the Scotch Whisky Sniper, who is his friend, Scotch Whisky Hunter, sorry. Both of those guys worked together to grab a bunch of these, and they sent me two at cost, or whatever it cost them anyway, which was incredibly generous of them, because this bottle is going for 700 euro in parts of the world now. Very hard to come by, it's limited, and like I said, the newer versions are even discontinued, so they're not even making the Laphroaig 18 at the moment. They probably will again, but for now it's just a 15. So I'm gonna nose it, taste it, give it a mark. I did tell you already that it's bottled at 48%. It's unchill filtered, and based on the color, I'm gonna say natural color as well. But it does say non-chill filtered on the bottle. Does not say no added color. Not sure why. I don't think there's added color, to be honest with you. All right. When I first opened this up and nosed it, poured a glass, nosed it, I was shocked at how light the peat was. It's not a heavy peated Laphroaig like most Laphroaigs are. Know Your Whisky Josh also sent me this Provenance 10-year-old Laphroaig, which I will be reviewing shortly as well. This one he actually sent me as a gift, which again shows the incredible generosity of this guy. Just such a super nice guy. All right, so Josh, thank you so much. Josh will be starting a YouTube channel shortly, and I will definitely be there to support whenever he does. It's a light peat. There's, I would say, probably, if there's north of 20 ppm to this one, it's disguised in the age of the whiskey. I don't really pick up a lot of peat on this one. Sweet honey. A bit of a char note in the background. A little bit of like maybe a smoked ham. Like a honey glazed smoked ham. Something that you would get at Thanksgiving if you're from North America, especially. Lots of vanilla here. And then just that beautiful charcoal-like note in the background. On the palate, such a balanced whiskey. Nice smoke, vanilla, honey. It's sweeter than I've ever had for a Laphroaig. I don't think I've had a Laphroaig this sweet, in my opinion. Just all around beauty. great viscosity, great mouthfeel. It's a bit buttery, creamy, vanilla. It's sweet, like a honeyed sweetness. And then those barbecue type notes, a little bit touch on the medicinal side, but all around beautiful. Honestly, I don't know how I would have felt about this whiskey 2.5 years ago. I want to say that I would have really enjoyed it, but I don't know that for sure. I do know that palates change, and what I liked 2.5 years ago when I started this channel has drastically changed to now. And when I was gunning for a sweet, heavily sherried whiskey before, I'm really seeking out those ex-bourbon cask peated whiskeys that you can find that are just gems, like this one right here. And honestly, easy for me to say that this is definitely my favorite Laphroaig of all time. I've had the Carchis, I've had the Select, I've had the Lure, I've had this one right here, which is also very nice, and I've had the 10-year-old, but this 18-year-old is by far the best. I do have a sample of the 25-year-old, which I will be reviewing shortly in a live. I'll probably do a couple of them at a time because my friend Tamer sent me a bunch of samples that are a little bit higher end. So I'm gonna do maybe 2 at a time in different lives. That'll be coming up in the future. Honestly, I'm happy to be back doing Scotch. I enjoyed American Whiskey Month, but nothing beats Scotch for me. I just love it. Stuff like this reminds me of why I'm so passionate about it, why I enjoy it so much. And I highly recommend, if you can find this bottle, which is almost unfair that I say that because it's so hard to find. If you can find it, buy a couple, share with your friends, do what you have to do to spread the word about this one because it's very good. If you're a peat fan, you're gonna love this one. If you're new to peat and you're starting to like a little bit of the peat scene, I recommend this one for you too because it's not crazy peated. It's just beautiful. It's well-rounded. It's well-balanced. All right, and for that reason, I have to give this an A+. I'm gonna say it's a high A+. All right, and I'm gonna try to stay away from giving numbers because I do feel that it's a bit too arbitrary, a bit too subjective to give pinpoint numbers to whiskeys. And mentally, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna mark it down on a piece of paper or in my phone, just so I have that for when it comes time to pick a whiskey of the year. But I have a good feeling that this is gonna be up there because it's really, really good. All right. Hope you liked this video. If you did like it, hit the thumbs up button. If you really liked it, subscribe, share with your friends. It'll really help if you guys start sharing with your buddies that you know like whiskey, that maybe want to know a little bit more, that maybe want to be directed to things that they're gonna like. All right, because I try to only review whiskey that I know I'm gonna like, B+ or better, unless it's given to me, and then respectfully I will accept it, but I do let them know that I'm not gonna give it a great mark if I don't like it. All right, and you guys can see that in some of the recent videos I did with the Cody Road, for example. All right, great stuff here. You guys can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. You guys can also check me out on Patreon. Cheers.